Bad Blood, Chapter 2, Escalation, Summary and Author's Notes. River learns she should have listened to New York and America is MIA. Author note. Yay, another chapter, yay. I'm forever scared to post these since the Italian community has harassed me into quitting before. 1861. River really should have known better than to think it was over after she made her choice. At first, things had been quiet, other than New York's surprise visit a few weeks back. It was foolish naivete. Why did they pick on me? She thought to herself as she tried to ignore the various insults Massachusetts was throwing her way. This was nothing new. Massachusetts had bullied her since she was an infant, looking very Indian. Other than her green eyes, she could blend in with any of the native people. She wasn't the only target, though. Florida, Texas, and New Mexico, who, while not a state yet, had been acquired by America around the same time as Texas arrived. If it wasn't bad enough that Massachusetts and a few others picked on the Spanish states, Louisiana had it worse. She had to admit it was really cruel of her Union siblings, since to harass her was the only reason they came around. They didn't seem to care about America at all, despite the fact they were fighting for him. I've made my choice, Massachusetts. I'm supporting both sides. She glared at the older state, trying her best to seem stronger than she was. At least I still care about our siblings, not to mention how you've been treating America. At least I'm completely loyal to him. You're nothing but a pigeon-livered ratbag. The other girl sneered. I'm not a coward, River spat back. Her green eyes flashed dangerously at her older sister. Then prove it. Another voice spat from behind her. Turning, her breath caught in her throat, she realized she was trapped between Massachusetts and Illinois. Fear twisted in her gut. There was no way she'd be able to take on both states. Last I checked, there was a war going on. Don't you two have anything more important to do than pick on me? Where was America when she needed him? She tried sidestepping away from the older states, only to have them step closer with each movement she made. We are dealing with the war. River didn't like her brother's ominous tone of voice. His voice seemed to foreshadow their intentions, and River didn't want to give them a chance to follow through. Yeah, we're not going to let you jeopardize the war. Massachusetts' hazel eyes burned with hatred. Jeopardizing? How am I jeopardizing it? You have my manpower and my supplies. River was done with her evasive accusations. You use me as a battlefield. Her voice gave out and she started sobbing. The world seemed to slow as she waited for one of them to hit her, shoot her, stab her. What felt like hours ticked by. Massachusetts, Illinois! A familiar accent commanded, and River opened her eyes to find New York standing defensively in front of her. Really? 2 against 1? New York turned her head and glared at Massachusetts as if she knew the older state was the ringleader. If you like picking on an 8-year-old so much, you clearly have too much time in your hands. Her sister started, ushering her towards the house. Mind your own business, York, Massachusetts snapped. Her hazel eyes burned through River like daggers. She's a child, New York stated, dumbfounded, while still slowly trying to get River into the house. Besides, a year ago she wasn't any better than dirt to you. But now that she's useful to you... River noticed her sister cut herself off, as if she was worried what she was about to say. Come on, Missouri, let's get you inside. River didn't have the chance to respond, as she was picked up by the older state and dumped into the house. River couldn't stop herself from shaking, and New York noticed. Hey, it's okay, the elder soothed. That's what I was trying to warn you about. River looked up at her sister, expecting to see anger in her eyes, but saw only sympathy. New York's point of view. It was easy to forget that River was a child. She had always been incredibly intelligent for her age. Now, though, seeing her shaking and crying just reminded Addison that, despite everything, her sister was a child doing her best in a situation that adults found trying. River was alone. The realization hit Addison so fast. She had been so close to the southern states. Addison wished she could comfort her by telling her northern siblings didn't hate her, but she didn't wish to lie to her. She was suddenly snapped out of her thoughts when River's crying turned from fearful to painful. She looked over the smaller state's ear curled into a ball. It hurts, the Ravenette whined. And Addison didn't need to ask what it was. The fighting, her people splitting, take your pick. Hey, it'll be okay. She tried to make her voice sound convincing, but she knew she was failing. Where's Dad? Addison asked, brushing some of the ebony hair from her sister's face. River's emerald eyes were clouded in pain, but Addison could also pick out a sense of confusion at her question. I haven't seen him all day. River was gasping for breath, and Addison realized there must have been a battle going on in her state. He comes and goes off and on. Shh, don't talk. She hushed the younger state. I'll stay with you until he turns back up, okay? The small snake just nodded her head, and it hurt Addison to see her like this. River was usually so alive, like a lot of the younger states. Addison couldn't ignore the growing fear for her sister's well-being. Massachusetts and Illinois made their anger quite clear.